The terrifying last minute of Timothy Treadwell. Hello and welcome back everyone. I hope you all are safe and well. How safe do you guys feel around larger animals? Are any of you guys animal enthusiasts? Because I'm here today to share the story of an animal enthusiast, and this is not just any enthusiast. This is the story of a man who got eaten by a whole bear, the animal which he was most passionate about. So let us dive into this in order to see a clearer picture. Let's go. Tim Treadwell was born in New York in 1957 as Timothy Dexter. After barely graduating high school, Tim left for Southern California and ended up in Long Beach. His early attempts at camping were almost comical. In his journal, he wrote that he was often cold, hungry, and tormented by insects, and that the first time he saw a grizzly, it ran away. Tim later said he was sad that any bear would find him a threat. National Park Service officials worried about Tim's behavior. According to records, in 1998, Treadwell was issued a citation by park rangers for storing an ice chest filled with food in his tent. A total of 6 park violations or complaints from 1994 to 2003, including guiding tourists without a license, camping in the same area longer than the 5-day limit, improper food storage, wildlife harassment, use of a portable generator, and miscellaneous altercations with visitors and licensed guests. As scheduled, at 2 p.m. on Monday, October 6, 2003, air taxi pilot Willie arrives at Kaflia Lake to transport Tim and Amy out of the area for the year and is approached by a large brown bear. Willie states, "It was rainy and foggy out that morning." After landing, Willie believes that he sees Tim shaking out a tarp and yells for the couple but receives no response. He decides to hike up the path from the beach and through the thick alder bush towards the camp after he notices a little bit of movement. When he is about 3/4 way up the hill, he senses that something just doesn't feel right. He turns and spots a pretty nasty looking bear that he had seen on earlier flights, sneaking slowly down the trail with its head down. Caught by Park Ranger Joe Ellis received the call from Willie at 1:35 p.m. Ranger Ellis then requests that Willie Fulton be contacted by radio and asks that he remain nearby if he could do so for safety. At 4:26 p.m., the team arrives at the lake, and Ranger Ellis conducts a quick interview with Willie Fulton. Willie states that he could not be 100% sure, but was confident that something was wrong. Ranger Dalrymple was slightly ahead of Gilliland when Gilliland suddenly yelled, "Bear!" while pointing to the right. Ranger Ellis states that he turned and saw an adult bear moving towards the group about 20 feet away. Ranger Ellis then states that he perceived that the bear was well aware of their presence and was stalking them. Ranger Ellis, armed with the .40 cal, the handgun begins to fire at about the same time Rangers Gilliland and Dalrymple, who were each armed with 12-gauge shotguns loaded with slugs, also began to shoot at the bear. Ranger Ellis fires 11 times, while Rangers Gilliland and Dalrymple each fire 5 times, dropping the bear 12 feet away. After moving a clump of dirt, Ranger Ellis later recalled seeing fingers and an arm protruding from the pile, his head connected to a small piece of spine, and what has been described as a frozen grimace on his face, his right arm and hand landing nearby with his wristwatch still attached. Video and still camera equipment, also found at the site, were later analyzed by state troopers, where it was discovered that the last remaining 6 minutes of videotape had captured the sounds of the attack. The first sounds from the tape are from Amy. "Is it still out there?" The next voice is from Timothy as he screams, "Get out here! I'm getting killed out here!" The audio portion of this videotape lasts roughly 6 minutes. During this period, Tim's cries and pleadings can be heard for 2/3 of that time. He did not die quickly, unlike some traumatic death victims who were lucky enough to drift off into a shock-induced dream state. We can only envision the horror of what Amy had witnessed and heard. So tell me, what do you think of this story? I will be waiting to read all of your feedback in the comments. I will see you guys next time with another mind-blowing video. Until then, make sure to like and subscribe. Bye!